We're going to be discussing if you are eligible to get $1,000 in emergency grants and also $10,000 or more in business grants. Starting and growing a business as a Black entrepreneur comes with many challenges, but there are plenty of opportunities out there that can be combined with some strategies to help you succeed. So I've put together a list of 10 grants that Black-owned businesses and entrepreneurs can use. This list covers everything from startup ventures to established companies, creative businesses, and even brick and mortar stores. So whether you're in the early stages of your business, you're looking to expand, there's something here for everyone, with a mix of funding opportunities and some additional resources that I'm going to add in the description. This list is all about helping you take your business to the next level and obtain the resources that you deserve to achieve your success. For me personally, when I was in the process of repairing my credit, this was something that I did all the time. I looked for grants, and I can tell you that finding grants as a Black entrepreneur or business owner, period, requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of creativity, but it's absolutely achievable with the right approach. And although there aren't many grants that are exclusively for Black businesses at the moment, you can still apply for industry-specific funding by highlighting your mission, your niche, and your specific needs. I'm going to share some ways to help identify and qualify your business for funding, and we're going to look for the ones that fit your business needs. So without further ado, let's get started. The first grant that we're going to discuss is from the Feed the Soul Foundation, and this is the Feed the Soul's Restaurant Business Development Grant. This grant is geared toward food businesses that are at least 51% owned by individuals from specific underrepresented groups. It includes a financial grant as well as 6 months of consulting services and educational training. The deadline for this grant is between February 1st through April 15th of 2025. Once again, eligibility at least 51% owned by Black, Latino, Indigenous, LGBTQ+, military veterans, persons with disabilities, or formerly incarcerated individuals. And you'll get that grant funding plus your 6 months of consulting services and training. I'm going to put the application link in the description. If you are looking for the application link though, scroll to the very top. It's under Contact Us, Apply, and then as you can see here, apply now. And then please note that if the application is incomplete, it will not be reviewed. So make sure that you complete the full application. And once again, if you go to the application, the qualifications are right here. You also want to note that you must be in business 2 years prior to opening of the Restaurant Business Development Program application. So that is something that is required in order for you to qualify for this. The next grant that we're looking at is the $10,000 Breakthrough Grant. This is offered by Honeycomb Credit, and the grant is to small businesses that help achieve major milestones such as opening a new location, launching a food truck, or franchising. The deadline is April the 2nd, 2025, and to be eligible, you just need to be a small business owner. And if you want a little more information about Honeycomb Credit, then you can go through the website. They have some details here about why does Honeycomb offer grants and about Honeycomb Credit if you just wanted to know more information about them and who they are and what their mission is. But definitely a great grant to apply for. Link is in the description as well. Just make sure that you apply before the deadline. The next grant on our list is Impact Grants. Now, this program provides $1,000 grants to nonprofits focused on innovation, sustainability, and social responsibility. The deadline for this grant is rolling, so it is ongoing. The eligibility is nonprofits working to drive positive change. The application link is in the description as well. Now, as you're applying for all of these grants, I highly recommend that you actually look at the webpage, know that the mission or whatever it is, or whatever sense of urgency that you're getting from the website aligns with whatever it is that you're looking to do. It's really important that when you're going for these grants, you can align with who's ever offering this money. That way it resonates with them, whatever your messaging is, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, you're more likely to be awarded this grant. Now, if you look at how it works, each quarter, they open the grants to businesses and nonprofits, welcoming their applications for impact grants through our user-friendly online portal. So it's a very simple process in order to get this done, and you can see what they aim to support. It's very important that you understand exactly what they're looking for. So the primary goal is to fuel the endeavors of businesses and nonprofits that are actively making a significant impact within their communities and beyond. We are committed to providing financial assistance where a modest grant of $1,000 can spark meaningful progress for your business or for your nonprofit's mission. And it also goes into the grant eligibility for nonprofit organizations, and you can look at the eligibility there. And then you can also just look at all of the information about how this works. Again, this is rolling, so if you don't want to do it now, then you could do it at a later time. But I just think it's important that you get all the information that you can from the website, just to make sure that this is something that you will qualify for and that it aligns with whatever it is that you're doing right now. The next grant that we're looking at is WISH and WISH Local Empowerment Grant. So this program offers grants ranging from $500 to $2,000 to support Black-owned small businesses. It's available to businesses with fewer than 20 employees and annual revenues under $1 million. This also has a rolling deadline. And once again, eligibility, very simple. Black-owned businesses, fewer than 20 employees, your revenue is under $1 million. The application for this will also be in the description. More details will be laid out on the website, and it lets you know, once again, who is eligible, what is the WISH Local. I always recommend reading this to understand exactly who it is that you're getting this money from. Also understand all the criteria on how to apply. This will let you know what they're looking for when you're trying to write the letter in order to get this grant. All right, so if you want to apply, click apply now. All the details need to be added right here. And they're going to want you to upload some information about your business. And then you're going to want to submit. And just, I certify the following, because you want to certify everything. I am a Black-owned small business, 18 plus years of age, own a brick and mortar store. That's important with this application. You own a brick and mortar store within the US and have 20 or fewer employees and earn an average of less than $1 million. And you can also check out the frequently asked questions if you have any additional questions on this. The next grant is ZenBusiness, and they have a 5K grant program to small businesses that have formed in the past 3 to 6 months. So this is for a new business. This grant also provides select services to help improve business operations. The deadline for this grant is December 31st, 2025. Always scroll down on the website and read the eligibility requirements because they can change. There's also entry guidelines. You'll learn more about the grant benefits here, the business requirements, the grant usage, because sometimes there's a requirement for how this money does need to be used, and you will need to present some sort of evidence showing how the funds were actually used at a later time once you get the reward. You also want to always check the application deadline. So it says entries are accepted from January 1st through December 31st, 2025. Applications will be reviewed against other entries submitted in the same quarter. For example, if you apply on January 3rd, your application will be reviewed alongside all applicants submitted from January 1st to March 31st. So you can apply for this multiple times if you didn't get it within the first quarter. This is why I highly recommend that you check the website, because details can change at a later time. So make sure that you're reading all the details before you apply, and make sure that you completely understand exactly what you're applying for and that you meet all the requirements. All right, let's move on to the next grant. The next grant will be with Pathway to Opportunities. This is formerly known as the National Black Business Pitch. Now, this was an annual competition for Black business owners, and finalists are selected to pitch their businesses in front of a virtual audience, with 3 winners that will receive prizes up to $10,000. The deadline is June 9th, 2025. For eligibility, you need to be a Black business owner. The application link will be in the description. Applications were accepted starting February 2025, so fairly recent. And again, you always want to go through and you want to read. The competition is in 2 phases. Check phase 1, check phase 2. Just make sure that you meet all the criteria, and just make sure that you understand exactly what they're looking for when you go to complete this pitch. Let's move on to the next grant. The next grant will be Creative Capital Award. Now, this award supports individual artists with unrestricted project grants and professional development resources. The deadline on this one is rolling as well. The reward can actually be $15,000 to $50,000. I will leave the link in the description. Now, remember to always check the website. It lets you know that these are artist opportunities from March and April 2025. It also lets you know that for the 2026 Creative Capital open call, Creative Capital invites professional artists to propose experimental, original, bold new works in visual arts, performing arts, film, and literature from March the 3rd to April 3rd, 2025. You want to make sure, again, that this is going to meet the criteria of your business or what you're doing. And this is marking 25 years of groundbreaking artist support. So they've been doing this for a very, very long time. There's also the launch of a new 2-year initiative, the State of Art Prize, which aims to recognize one artist from each U.S. state. And that's going to be an unrestricted artist grant of $10,000. So you'll want to join, and there's a free Creative Capital grant info session, and that's going to be on February 28th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time via Zoom, and you can register online. I'm going to make sure that I get this video out before February 28th. That way you'll have this information. All right, let's move on to the next grant. The next grant that we're looking at is the Etsy CERF Plus Emergency Relief Fund. This provides relief funding for Etsy sellers impacted by natural disasters. The deadline, again, is rolling for this one. The eligibility is that you need to be an Etsy seller that's been affected by a disaster, and you must have been in business for at least 1 year, and the application will also be in the description. Now, when you get to the link, disregard the Get Ready grant. This one has already expired. What you want to look for is the Emergency Relief Grant. And if you go to learn more and apply, then all the details are there. And that's going to be the button that you need to click here, apply now. So it's going to be $3,000 emergency relief grants to craft artists who experienced a recent and substantially disruptive emergency or disaster. To qualify for the relief grant, applicants need to be craft artists who are 18 years of age or older. They must be living and working in the U.S. or U.S. territories for the past 2 years. Additionally, they should not have received an emergency relief grant in the previous year or exceeded the maximum lifetime of 4 grants. Make sure you read all the details so that you know that you qualify for this grant. The next grant on our list is the Getty Images plus Verizon 2025 Creative Grant. This grant supports entrepreneurial artists creating visual content that highlights people with disabilities in the workplace. The goal is to showcase their roles as active participants and industry leaders and collaborators driving innovation and progress. The deadline on this one actually varies. Eligibilities, you need to be a entrepreneurial artist who is looking to have some disability representation. So you need to somehow be using your artistic skills to represent people with disabilities, and hopefully you're doing that in a very impactful, positive way. The reward for this one can be $3,000 to $10,000, and the link will be in the description. And if we scroll down on the website here, here's the requirements. So links to existing portfolio of work online, and the submission must include a 200 to 500 word summary of the project proposal and an explanation highlighting people with disabilities in the workplace, depicting their roles as active participants in the workforce, leaders within their industry, and collaborators driving progress and innovation through commercial photography and videography. A short biography detailing who you are and what you've done. All the required fields indicated on the application are found on the submittable website, and the application must be in English. All submissions must be digital. Prints, books, slides, or transparencies or other such material will not be reviewed by judges nor returned to applicant. So you got to make sure that you're submitting an online application. You're not going to send a book, a print, a slide, anything like that. It needs to be submitted online. And if you meet the requirements, then you should be able to potentially qualify for this grant. For this grant as well, there will be 3 prizes given out: $10,000 for first place, $7,000 for second, and $3,000 for third place. So you can potentially get anywhere from that 3 to that 10. And if you want more details, here are the judge panels. I always do research to find out information about people, their background, who they are. So you might want to take a look at that just to get an idea about who you're talking to. That's always a good idea to do your research. Last on our list is going to be the Innovate grant. Now, this is a quarterly grant of $1,800 to professional artists and photographers. The deadline, once again, is rolling For eligibility, you need to be an artist or a photographer. The link is in the description. And if we scroll down to learn more about this award, then we believe that new ideas come from sparks of inspiration and aim to provide just that: access to mighty bursts of financial support so that you can focus on making your important and innovative work. You'll need to provide your name, your email, your website is optional if you have one, your grant category, images of your work, and there is an application fee for this particular grant. And then for eligibility, it gives you all the different types of work that you can submit, whether it be painting, printmaking, drawing, sculpture, film and video, mixed media, new media. There's so many different options that you have here. So if you're an artist, you're a photographer, this is definitely going to be one that I think that you should submit your work to. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you were able to get some value from this. So I want to make sure that if anybody would like to hear more information about other grants in the future, leave that in the comments below. I actually made this video because someone requested that. I did a previous video about grants that did expire. It went past the deadline. So it was time to do an update and a refresher. So if you do like this content, let me know, like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you so much for watching this video, and you guys have a wonderful day.